Where are you going? It's hardly light outside. Turn round when I'm talking to you. What is it?
I'm going out.
All right, well, what's the hurry? I'll make us a cup of coffee.
Don't bother.
Well, wait a minute and I'll walk with you.
That's not possible.
I know what you're thinking.
Go back to bed, Dad.
I'll stop you.
How?
There was a time when you listened to me.
There was a time when you could hit me with your belt to make me listen.
Maybe I should try it now.
A lot of water's flowed under the bridge since then.
Tim? Tim, please! McGill? Is that Mr. McGill?
I think so.
I've got a job for you. Are you still there?
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
I know the time. This is Lord Gorman speaking. The name mean anything to you?
Lord who?
You were recommended to me by a Mrs. Corlett. You did a job for her in Cannes, right?
Listen, couldn't I talk to you tomorrow at your office or your house?
There's no time for polite conversation. I want you to find my son.
Well, if your son's missing, why don't you try the police?
I want absolute discretion. I'll pay £1,000.
What's his name?
Tim. He's 23. He's trying to kill himself. He's tried it before. Now, do you want this job, McGill?
Yeah. You just keep talking.
The river. He's a bridge jumper. And it's always the same bridge.
See, it's such a good idea, Harry.
Oh, stop whimpering, Margaret. I know what I'm doing.
Look, you don't know the man, do you? He's a stranger. He's a foreigner.
He's a professional. Whatever happens, he'll keep our name out of the papers.
Is that all you care about it, then? What about Tim?
I'm doing this for Tim.
Tim Gorman!
What do you want? How do you know my name?
Come on down now.
Mind your own business and leave me alone.
Are you coming down or am I coming up?
If you do, I'll jump.
Tim, now stay where you are. Things will work out. Just give him a chance.
I don't need your help. Go away.
Tim, don't move. I'll help you down.
Don't come any closer. Don't come any higher. Don't come any closer. Ah! Go away. Leave me alone. Let me down.
I'll do it next time, Mr.
McGill's my name.
What are you? My father hire you? By the hour? He won't stop me, you know. I'm going to do it. Sooner or later.
Take some advice. Make it later.
Just leave me alone, Mother.
I only want to know why you do these things, Tim. We've got a right to know.
It's my business. Nobody else.
It's a dangerous situation. Inflammable.
For the boy.
For me. Whichever way you look at it, it's trouble. You want a drink?
Not for breakfast, thanks.
He drinks. He won't work. He's got the pieces. He will keep trying that bridge.
Look, he needs a psychiatrist.
He's got one. Doesn't do him any good. Want to put him in one of them places.
Sanitarium?
That's a posh word.
Well, maybe you ought to take his advice.
I won't do it. The boy basically is a serious lad. He's a musician. Did you know that?
No?
Aye. All started about a year ago. Started to go around with a bunch of kids. They drank too much. They lived it high. They went too far that morning, balancing on that bridge. It was a dare, I think. One of Tim's stupid friends, Danny Martin, falls in. Tim, he's never been the same since.
Well, there was an inquest, wasn't there?
Yes, the verdict was accidental death.
Well, that should have been a satisfactory end.
It was just the beginning. Why? Why should my son want to kill himself? Just because Danny Martin throws himself off a bridge?
Look, you hired me to find your son. I found him. He's home. Now, you owe me £1,000.
I'll give you another 5,000 if you find out the truth. Find out what really happened on that bridge.
Why me?
You must think it's a bit odd, eh? Man like me moving up to the House of Lords.
Never thought about it.
Well, I regard it as the reward for a lifetime slugging. There's work to be done in the House of Lords. I'm not ashamed. I'm not giving up, you know. And I want to tell you that...
Okay, listen. You don't have to give me your resume. You just don't want any bad publicity, right?
Neither do you, McGill. I mean, after all, you were forced to resign from American intelligence. Your career isn't exactly, stable.
What if I find out something pretty bad happened on that bridge?
I shall suppress it.
I may have to tell the authorities.
I'll deny everything.
You're gonna use me.
And I'm paying pretty high for the privilege.
You've said it.
Tim, dear, you listen to me. I don't know how you think of me, not anymore. But I'm not entirely stupid. I do understand some things. But why you're doing all this is because of that girl, isn't it?
There's no girl.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's quite all right, Mr. McGill. I'm just going.
Your mother seems to think you're involved with a girl.
My mother has an imagination. And you eavesdrop.
You were shouting.
Look, why don't you find something to put on in that cupboard?
Thank you.
Deal with it! You stop me, a cheap American gangster!
Okay, we understand each other now, Tim. And you know what you're gonna do?
What?
You're gonna tell me exactly what happened that morning Danny Martin drowned.
It's very simple. I killed him. My dear father didn't tell you that, did he?
You mean you think you killed Danny?
Right, I did. Whatever else you hear, the truth is I killed him.
How?
The details don't matter.
Well, I suppose you'd been drinking.
Yes, but I wasn't drunk.
You knew what you were doing all the time.
Of course.
And what happened?
Well, Danny and I had been all over town. It was dawn, and we were driving across the bridge. He looked up to the top of the bridge. Ever tried to climb something like this, he said. Well, no, I said. You should. He kept asking me how much nerve have I got. Well, I laughed. Not much, I said. Right, he said. Right, just like a typewriter. He started up the bridge just like he was taking a walk. He kept on all the time daring me to follow him. I watched him, like I always watched him. Come on, Tim. Come on. He knew I can't stand heights. Come on, he said. Come on, be a man. I didn't want to do it. He kept calling me like he always did. I started to climb. I hate heights. I was sick. I was confused. He was up there, way up there. And I climbed, slowly, up to him, to where he was. But he was higher than me, as usual, and laughing at me, as usual. He threw his hat in the air. I was scared, very scared. He kept on at me all the time. Very good little man, he said. When I climbed, I kept climbing. And I got up to him, towards his face. And I got hold of him, and I grabbed him, and I pushed him, and I hit him hard. And he fell. He was my best friend.
What happened then?
Well, I didn't jump after him.
And what did you do?
I started looking for a policeman. That's what I did. I started looking for a copper.
Did you find one?
Sure. Only by that time, he'd had it. Danny. They had to fish him out. He couldn't swim. You wouldn't believe it, would you? He couldn't swim.
The police said it was an accident.
Sure. Only I know better. And I can't live like this. Not with this guilt. Does that mean anything to you?
Sure does.
I've got to jump, as he did.
I thought you said you pushed him.
Yes, well, that's all I have to say. That's it. That's all. Collect your fee from Dad on the way out. He can afford it.
Harry, can't you talk to him? Can't you?
Can you?
Mr. McGill. Or what do you think?
He told me his story. He thinks he pushed Danny off that bridge.
You can't believe that.
Why not? Sounds plausible.
You believe he killed his own best friend in front of all those other hooligans?
What bunch of hooligans? You mean he and Danny weren't alone on that bridge?
Of course not. Tim lied to you. He always lies about that bridge.
Back already?
Yeah.
I suppose Dad's told you how naughty I am. You gonna hit me again?
Look, you can lie to me if you want to. It's your privilege. You can even kill yourself if you try hard enough. But don't kid yourself, Buster, because the lying's not gonna help, so I'll find out the truth. And all your lies do is just waste time and hurt people.
Oh, I'm good at hurting people.
Okay. I can go down and get a record of the inquest and dig out all the details myself. Or you can tell me right now who was on that bridge with you that morning.
You want the witnesses to the fatal moment?
I do.
Then earn your money, do your job, and find your witnesses, if they exist.
Everything will be all right. I've taken steps.
That's the least you can do, Gorman. I don't want any trouble.
There'll be no trouble, I promise you.
Well, there had better not be. It's your problem, Gorman.
I know.
Just see that it remains your problem.
This is my son, Fenchurch.
Precisely. I don't want to become involved in your domestic crises. You're in no position to involve me. Do you understand?
Yes, but...
That's all. Stop these calls. Goodbye.
A large whiskey, Duchess.
Yes.
Where have you been?
I've been working. Newspapers are busy places. That's the stuff you wanted on the inquest of Danny Martin, the boy who jumped off the bridge.
And what kind of guy was he?
Wild and wealthy, but as soon as he's dead, he becomes a paragon of virtue. You read the coroner's report.
Well, I'm more interested in the witnesses.
Well, there was Tim Gorman. He was a lousy witness, very upset, almost incoherent.
And what about these two?
Bill Rossiter and Pat Lestrange. Their stories checked exactly. They were model witnesses.
And what kind of guys were they?
Well, they run a reasonably successful discotheque in Chelsea called Rossiter's Roost, patronized by depraved debutants. They also run various other shady but profitable enterprises.
That's great, Jarvis. Thanks a lot.
You know, I don't need to put this stuff back until tomorrow if you want it.
No, I don't need it. Thanks.
A Rossiter's Roost.
Yep, that's right.
Actually, he promised me a ride in his super new Alpha.
You're stoned, darling.
Excuse me.
Wouldn't you like a table, sir?
No, I'm okay. I would like Tom Collins, though, Mr. Lestrange.
I don't know you.
Well, I know you. You're Pat Lestrange, and you run this place with Bill Rossiter. And I'd like to talk to you a few minutes, please.
As I said, I don't know you.
Well, if that's all that's keeping us apart, my name is McGill, and I'm interested in Danny Martin's death.
Really?
And you were on the bridge with him.
The whole thing's closed, surely.
Well, I'm reopening it.
We made statements at the time.
I know, I read them.
Well, what more do you want?
The truth.
The truth. A noble ambition. Lord Gorman seems positively dedicated to it.
If you're a friend of Tim's, don't you think you should help him clear himself?
Clear himself? Of what?
Just take a load of guilt off.
Has it occurred to you that perhaps Tim has something to feel guilty about? You've met him?
I met him.
He's a neurotic. No class, no guts. Danny Martin saw right through him from the beginning. And so did...
Who? Who else saw through him?
We all did, McGill. He wormed his way into our crowd and we tolerated him, nothing more. We're kind people, really.
Were you kind to him on that bridge?
Don't pick me up on words, McGill. I'm not a little boy. We'd been at Danny's that night. Tim had been trying to ingratiate himself, drinking more than he could take, that sort of thing. Well, we drove up to the bridge. Danny started to climb, led the way. Tim followed him. Had to show that anything that Danny could do, he could do as well, or better.
Danny got there first, of course, but Tim wouldn't let it alone.
Had to prove himself. Know what I mean?
Danny thought he could handle the situation, but he was wrong.
Tim pushed him off the ruddy thing, McGill. Nobody will tell you anything else.
All three of us saw it that way.
You, Rossiter, and the girl. Well, I'll be seeing her pretty soon.
That little creep gourmand told you about Annabelle?
No, you did. And you didn't tell the police.
It seemed the decent thing to keep her name out of it.
Well, you haven't. Who is Annabelle?
I'm not sure.
Tim was involved with a girl named Annabelle. She used to run around with him. Now, all I need is her last name.
My husband's not at home.
I don't need your husband, Lady Gorman. I need Annabelle's last name.
Fenchurch. Annabelle Fenchurch.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if my husband would have wanted me to tell you that.
Well, he hired me to find out the truth, and she's involved in it.
You must understand that when my husband says he wants the truth, it generally means the truth he wants to hear.
Well, my mother always said there's only one truth.
I'm not so sure about that, not anymore. I never liked Annabelle. But my son felt differently. You know, to him, she was like some sort of little goddess. So, who knows the truth? Sometimes I wonder whether it exists.
Annabelle Fenchurch does.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Annabelle.
Didn't I see you in here the other night?
Yeah. I was looking for you, but I didn't know it.
And now you found me, etc., etc.
Oh, you've heard it all before. Well, maybe I should try a new line.
There isn't one.
Tim Gorman's trying to kill himself.
Kill himself?
You didn't know? Yeah, I just pulled him out of the water not too long ago, and he'll try it again.
Are you a detective or something?
Or something. I'm not a detective. My name's McGill.
Nice to have met you.
Seems funny that the police don't know that you were on that bridge when Danny died.
Excuse me.
Seems that quite a few people around here are really going out of their way to protect you.
Yes, and I'm going to call a couple of them in a minute.
Oh, yeah, Rossiter and Lestrange. They're the ones that told me about you.
They did? Not Tim.
He never mentioned you. He said he killed Danny Martin, and he was going to kill himself. But he never mentioned you.
I see.
How about a drink?
How about a drink?
Let's go over there.
His name's McGill.
Yes, I know about him.
He's learned that Annabelle was on the bridge.
That's unfortunate.
We could take care of him, Sir Walter.
Well, thank you. Not just yet.
You can rely on us, sir.
I do, Rossiter.
I do indeed.
Tim and I went around for a while. He liked me. I tried to be kind.
Was it difficult?
I liked boys, McGill. Now I like men.
So Tim can just jump in the river and you don't care?
I haven't said that.
You haven't said much. Now, why don't you tell me what happened on that bridge?
What's there to tell?
Playing our tune, darling.
Yes, I rather think they are. Oh, in answer to your question, Danny Martin got killed on the bridge. That's all.
McGill. I'm Walter Fenchurch.
Annabelle's father.
Your porter very kindly let me in. Now, I'm here, McGill, because I cannot permit my daughter to become personally involved with a raving neurotic like young Gorman.
But she is involved.
You're a clever fellow, McGill. Very professional. But there are one or two things you may not know.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
For instance, we have a very good mutual friend, General Denmeyer of the United States Embassy in London. May I sit down?
Well, you won't get a seat on his name. He's no friend of mine.
No, not anymore. But he could be again. You know, I'm acquainted with your case, McGill. I know you were forced to resign from U.S. intelligence, but I am quite certain General Denmeyer would prove most helpful to you if...
If you spoke to him in a nice way.
Gorman offers you money. I could top his offer, but that would be rather primitive, don't you think?
So what do you suggest?
I would have thought it was obvious.
If I lay off the Gorman case, you'll speak to Denmeyer.
Yes.
Well, I'd call that a bribe.
Call it what you like. But in the end, it amounts to survival. Your survival. And in the end, you'll choose survival. We all do. When the chips are down. And they are down for you, McGill. They really are. You think about it.
Hello.
McGill, is Tim with you?
No, he's not.
What, do you know where he is?
No, I don't.
Well, he's disappeared again. What do you think I'm paying you for?
Listen, you're paying me to find out the truth. Now, if you want me to do some more babysitting for you, you're gonna have to pay me another £1,000.
Hello, Yank.
What do you say, Tim?
I've been expecting you. Juliet had her nurse and Chopin Liszt. I have you.
Well, Job had boils. Samson got his hair cut, and I have you.
A perfect couple.
It's very nice of you to wait for me.
Oh, don't worry. No swimming today. I'm not in the mood for a public display.
Then let's get off this thing.
This isn't a thing, McGill. This is the Albert Bridge, which, according to my psychiatrist, is a symbol.
Of what?
My feelings of guilt, my sense of inadequacy, death wish, and lots of other things too unpleasant to mention.
You're being very straight today, aren't you?
Yes.
Because you decided not to jump?
Not today.
You don't really want to kill yourself, do you?
Oh, of course not. I want to be dead. Unfortunately, the one thing involves the other.
I talked to a friend of yours.
That's unlikely.
Annabelle Fenchurch.
The most unlikely of them all. And what did she tell you?
Well, she said she was here when Danny died.
How is she?
She's fine. She's beautiful, in fact. She's modeling at a fashion show. I'm going to go see her later on.
She's got a job?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, would you like to come say hello?
No, thank you.
Why, don't you want to see her?
Oh, yeah, sure. We can hold hands and talk about old times, and one thing will lead to the other, and we can walk off together into the sunset.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad.
But there's Danny's ghost and this bridge, and dawn happens every 24 hours.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
You shouldn't have mentioned Annabelle.
I'm sorry, come on.
It reminds me of what you are, to somebody hired by my father for money, doing anything, saying anything just to trick me and confuse me. But when I'm ready, I'll do it. And in this whole stinking world, the splash that I make when I go under won't even make a ripple.
You want me to tell Annabelle anything?
Yes. No flowers by request. Tell her that, McGill. No flowers.
Here we have a delightful afternoon dress in floral chiffon, courted pleated skirt. This model on your list is from
Ah, you really do look lovely, dearie. You really look a treat. Thank you, Eve. Yes. Now for the veil. There you are. Eve, could you give me a hand? I'm on next. Oh, coming. You can manage yourself now, can't you, love?
Yes, thank you.
Jen.
Hello, Father.
Read it there. Oh, Frenchie. I wonder whether you'd like to come out to lunch with me.
Oh, I don't think I shall be finished here in time.
You're on, Penny.
Come on, it's us. Come on, quick. Be back in a minute, love.
I suppose it would be too sentimental if I told you that you looked like your mother did under similar circumstances.
Yes, it would.
All the same, it's true. You know, youth is becoming to you. I wish you'd enjoy it more.
I'm fine.
And you're doing what you want to do, huh?
I'm doing what I can.
Well, that's not the same thing at all. Look, you don't need this footling job.
They'll be calling me in a minute, Father.
Annabelle, why don't you go away for a bit? I mean, you know, France, America, Italy, anywhere you please.
No, thank you, Father.
It's a very long time since I heard you say, yes, thank you, Dad. But don't mess up your life. I mean, youth comes and goes, and sometimes it's difficult and cruel, and sometimes it's heartbreaking, heaven knows, but it's the same for you as everyone else. Look here, you go abroad and try and forget all about it.
My youth has been unique. You've brought me everything.
Look, all I've ever wanted you to be
is happy.
You're on, Annabelle.
Excuse me, Father.
A beautiful bridal gown, close-fitting and long sleeves, fashioned entirely in white silk with a Swiss lace overlay and a scooped neckline. Note the stitched Parisian hemline and the lacework veil, which is detachable.
Annabelle? Oh, you look very lovely.
I have to change.
Come on, you can be a bride just a little longer.
What do you want?
I want the whole story about that bridge from you.
Here now?
Right.
Look, I'll change and you can pick me up outside.
Now! Now, Annabelle, get it through your head that any second Tim may actually try to kill himself. Now, there's just no more time for playing games.
There's nothing to tell. Everything about that accident has been reported to the authorities.
Except that you were there.
Except that I was there. It all started out as a super lark, that's all. There was a sort of rivalry between the boys, Danny and Tim, you know.
They were both in love with you.
I told them to stop being silly and to come down, but they were stoned. Tim had to see it through to the end. He couldn't face it.
Face what?
Tim was jealous. He found out that Danny and I loved each other, and he found out on the bridge.
So Tim killed him?
Not in cold blood, not murder. I told you they were fighting, they were drunk. Tim could have fallen, it happened to be Danny.
Danny was bigger, stronger, more self-confident.
It happened.
And you don't call that murder?
What does it matter what I call it? Danny's dead.
Sorry, miss. Your father's orders.
Oh, Willie here, sir. Yes, we did. The real Cassius. Well, let's say he's in no shape to cause any more trouble. Right.
Who is it?
It's me, Annabelle. I had to see you.
Here I am.
I wanted to come when I saw what those men had done to you.
Those men were your father's boys.
The chauffeur wouldn't let me out of the car.
Yeah, you're pretty well protected.
Please, I'm sorry. I had no idea my father would go so far.
Well, now you know. Now, how far are you gonna go?
What?
One of these days, Tim's gonna kill himself.
We always talk about Tim, the same words over and over.
And it's gonna stay that way until the truth comes out about that bridge and Tim and you.
I've told you.
You've told me a little piece of the truth.
Oh, I wish Tim would kill himself. Then it would be over at last.
That wouldn't end it.
Will I ever be free of Tim and that bridge?
You want it to end?
Of course I want it to end.
And what do we do?
I don't know.
You want to try it my way?
I don't think you understand. I'm not asking you for favors. I'm telling you.
Nothing entitles you to talk to me like this.
Certain transactions between us entitle me to do a great deal more. You know, the fact that you have a seat in the House of Lords doesn't impress me. Nor does your bluster.
You're talking about our children.
Not mine. Not yet. Now pay off that American and let the matter rest for good.
I can't. You know about Tim.
Oh, there are places for unbalanced people. Very discreet places.
You wouldn't let your daughter?
Exactly. I've drawn the line. Is that clear?
Tim, do you know what time it is?
It's dawn, Mother. Always dawn.
Tim? Tim! No, Tim! No, you can't! Tim! Oh.
Tim? Come on. Come on. I know where you're going. We're gonna take you.
Annabelle, what are you doing?
Come on. Please, Annabelle, leave me alone. Both of you, leave me alone.
Nobody blames you for what happened to Danny.
I do.
It was an accident, just an accident.
It wasn't. You know it wasn't.
So what are you gonna do about it?
You know what I want to do.
Then do it.
McGill, don't let him go up there.
I'll let him go. Go ahead, boy. Be a man.
Tim! Don't be silly, Tim! You're supposed to protect him.
Well, I can't follow him around forever and devote my whole life to him.
But I did what you asked. I talked to him.
Look, he wants to die. He has a right.
He's going to do it.
Yes, he is.
I can't stand it. Not again.
Then you better leave.
It'd be like killing him, too.
Okay, Annabelle. That's your last chance. He's not going to tell the truth, and nobody else will. It's up to you.
Tim! Don't be silly, Tim!
Annabelle, go away, please!
Tim, come down!
Please, go away!
Please listen to me, please! You're innocent, Tim! Innocent!
Don't lie, not now!
It's the truth!
I don't believe you!
I promise you, please listen to me. I'll tell you what really happened.
We were all in the car. We stopped on the bridge, laughing and joking. And Danny asked if you'd ever climbed one. So he said he'd show us, all of us, because it was a special morning, a very special morning. He bowed to us. Do you remember? And then he started to climb. We were still laughing. And then we got out of the car and watched him go up towards that tower. He called to us as he climbed.
Why is he doing it?
Danny?
What?
Tell Tim why you're climbing that thing.
Because it's here.
No, the real reason.
To celebrate.
Celebrate what?
That's a secret.
Tell him, tell everybody, tell the world.
Okay, I'll tell the world. Annabelle loves me. Annabelle loves me.
She loves him. She loves him. She loves him.
Annabelle loves Danny. Annabelle loves Danny. And Danny loves Annabelle.
Danny.
Annabelle loves Danny. And Danny loves Annabelle.
No. Danny doesn't love Annabelle. Annabelle loves Danny. But Danny doesn't love Annabelle.
Danny, don't joke.
I'm not joking. I don't love girls like you. I use them. I entertain them.
Danny? Danny, you don't mean that. Say you love me. Danny! Say you didn't mean it.
doesn't love you.
Danny, say you didn't mean it. Danny, you know you love me. Take it.
He doesn't love you. I'm gonna get you, Danny.
Well, I better come down and meet you, little man.
It's all right, Tim. I don't want her.
Not anymore. You can have her if you can get her. The question is, can you?
I'll kill you.
Now, don't be childish about it. There's a good fellow. She's not worth it. She's rubbish, Tim.
Shut up about her.
Pushed him over.
Is that how it happened? Really?
I swear it. You may have wanted to kill Danny because of what he said about me. But you didn't push him. I did.
But I can remember seeing red and hitting him.
Yes, but then he hit you and you fell onto the pavement. You were knocked out. You couldn't have known what happened. It's lucky you weren't killed.
All this time I thought it was me. I did love you, Annabelle. Very much.
I know, Tim. I know. You're too late, Father. I've told them everything.
Everything? I'm grateful to you, McGill. Well, son, I think we can walk home, can't we?
So long, Yank.
Now, come on, Annabelle, let's get home.
Haven't you forgotten something?
Not that I'm aware of.
The police have to be told.
Naturally, but I'll attend to that if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. But I'm going to make sure you do.
You're not as bright as I thought you were. I could have done things for you.
I don't think so.
Come on.
Thank you.
Thanks? For what? For incriminating you?
For freeing me.
Come on.